I'm cooking roast beef now. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Two Old Farts Out and About podcast. I am one half of the dynamic duo. My name is Chuck, and to my right is
Lou, the better looking of the Two Old Farts.
I don't think you're the better looking. We're going to have to put that up to a vote and have people.
Yes, we will.
One day we'll have to have a call and we'll do a live stream, and maybe we might get 2 or 3 people watching.
So but there has to be a rule to it. Nobody under 65 can vote. It has to be 65 over.
Well, that might just be 1 or 2 people then. So speaking of the podcast, Dad, has Mom listened to it? Because that'll count as a download if she does.
Yeah. Not really. Just bits and pieces.
No, you got to show her how to set it up on her iPad and download the podcast on it for her. Let her listen. That'll count as a download. Hey, speaking of downloads, let me go over to our Podbean account. We are still sitting at 62 all-time downloads. That's not too shabby, wouldn't you say?
No, it's pretty good for two old farts.
You like the sound effect? So yeah, 62 total downloads. For our inaugural, we had 18. The first week total, first month 22. Let me go down to the statistics. All right, here we go. So, out of those 62 total downloads in the last, I don't know how many days, we've had 25 of those people come from the United States, 2 from Italy, 2 from the Netherlands, and 1 from Australia. Can you believe that, Dad? On 3 continents, we've had people listening.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. I'm quite proud of that statistic. Quite proud. So, hey, 62. We only need how many more to get to 100, Dad? Public math.
38.
38. Look at you, man.
Yeah.
Sharp as a tack. I like that. So, yeah, 62 total downloads. 36.7% have come from iHeartRadio, 20% from Google Chrome, 6.7% from Facebook, 6.7% of our downloads came from a podcast service called Deezer, 6.6% from Safari, 3.3% from Amazon Music Podcasts, 3.3% from Apple Podcasts, 3.3% from Podbean, and 3.3% from Spotify. 1 from Stitcher, and it says 2 from others. It didn't.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's all time. So Podbean, who hosts our podcast, that's where I get these statistics from, and the service that we do our recording on is riverside.fm, if anybody's interested. So what'd you do this weekend, old man?
Well, other than fight the cold weather and not be able to get out to see Jason Bowling, just kind of stayed in the house and tried to stay warm.
I hear you. I did absolutely nothing. I was looking forward to do the Jason Bowling and the Stragglers concert, but it was postponed until August. I think Brenda said they were having some weather issues in Oklahoma and couldn't get out or didn't want to risk it or something like that. So,
yeah, I can imagine. The weather was pretty rough this past weekend. But we got Black Bear Smoke coming in soon.
Yeah, we do. So, man, in this month, March, on March 13th, Nope. Hang on now. Whoa, hold on. So March 13th, I have a concert with a local band from Austin called The Well. Then on the 19th is Blackberry Smoke at Floor's Country Store. Then the following Monday on the 21st is Judas Priest, their 50th anniversary concert, which should have been done 2 years ago. Thank you, COVID. And was rescheduled till last year. But just before they were supposed to play San Antonio, their guitarist, Richie Faulkner, had some issues with his heart. So in the middle of the concert, during the middle of a guitar solo, his aorta ruptured. Can you believe that, Dad?
Oh, wow.
In the middle of a guitar solo, his aorta ruptured. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
after that,
where's the Judas Priest going to be at? So going to be
no, it's not the AT&T. It's I think. Hang on my calendar. It's at the Freeman Coliseum.
Okay.
Freeman Coliseum.
That will be a sellout.
I hope so. So. They don't quite get as many fans as they used to back in the heyday in the late 70s, late 80s, when they were like the kings of metal, when they would probably sell out the convention center. Now,
you're going to get up on the stage and jump off?
No, you can't get that close to the stage. They have barriers and security guards, and if you try, you'll get arrested and thrown out. But there's one more concert I have this month, and that is, it's a three-way. It's Ministry, Corrosion of Conformity, and the Melvins. And you know what these three bands have in common musically?
Nope. What's that?
Exactly. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know how this combination of bands got put together. They sound nothing alike. Musically, they're not aligned. I like all three. I'm a little more partial to the Melvins and Corrosion of Conformity than Ministry, but I like some of their older stuff. I'm not that familiar with their newer stuff, but I love Corrosion of Conformity and the Melvins. But yeah, all three bands really nothing alike.
Oh wow!
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you know what? That's what sells. People you can appeal to a lot of people across the board.
You know what? I think you're right. I think when you maybe cast a wide net, you get more people to show up.
Yeah.
Look at you throwing out that wisdom, old man.
I think we call that marketing. I'm not sure.
You know what? You may be right. If you're one of the 62 people or however many it took to get to 62 downloads, let us know. Hey, if you want to let us know, you can check us out on the socials, in case you did not know that. We have a Facebook page, The Two Old Farts. We have a Twitter at the _2_old_farts. Instagram, we have an Instagram page at, let me pull that up. Let me see what the Instagram, what is our address? If you want, it's the _2_old_farts. So yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, YouTube. We got YouTube, Facebook. So like us, follow us, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear. Because, this, like I said, this is episode 4. We're still trying to figure out what we're doing, how we're doing it. And we seem to have a lot of technology issues, don't we, Dad?
Yeah. Talk to your favorite aunt this weekend, and she was really disappointed we hadn't had one. She listened to our last podcast. She really loved it. And she's looking forward to this one this afternoon. So we got one faithful listener anyway.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because we were set to record one. Was it Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday, and then we ran into twice. The thing just dropped out. So, and then we tried it again, and then it did the exact same thing right around the 5-minute mark, and hey, so thankfully we've made it to 10 minutes exactly.
Well,
So what are we going to talk about for another 20 minutes?
Maybe the nimble fingers of this old fart will figure this thing out and get it going right and get it going right. You know, me and technology has not always been hand in hand.
Well, when you were younger, you were a lot more adept at the technology, but I would definitely say since you retired, you have become less adept.
Well, not much to keep you up with it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm looking forward to see Blackberry Smoke. The more I read about those guys and some of the things they do, it sounds pretty exciting.
Oh, they really are. Brendan and I really enjoy the band. And if you can look behind me, there's a couple of posters over here on the wall for Blackberry Smoke.
Oh, okay.
The one with the rooster, that one we bought on their webpage. But the one at the end, just behind my microphone, that is a poster board or poster that I stole from Floor's Country Store while they were playing. Took it right off the wall, rolled it up, snuck it out the door.
Do you know they were one of the first independently released albums to go number one on the Country Billboard back in 2000.
I did not know that.
Yeah. They've also played with ZZ Top, Guns N' Roses, Zach Band, Eric Church, Leonard Skinner. So they've been around. They got a pretty good pedigree. I'm getting excited about going to see them.
Yeah, they're really good. And speaking of Zach Brown, they used to be on his record label. And
yes.
But they are no longer on that record label. I haven't kept up with them too much. I haven't even checked to see if they've had any new albums out in the last couple of years.
Yeah. So, but I think that's going to be a great concert. That probably be outdoors, right?
Yes, it's outdoors. Yeah, we got a table in the back, so we can be sitting and not having to stand and walk around and look like a bunch of hobos.
And enjoy some good food. I know you like tamales.
Oh man, you know I love those Floor's Country Store tamales. That is one of the highlights of going there if you've never been.
It is. It's good old country folks. Make you feel welcome. And, you just kind of feel at home. And it's pretty nice. You bring your family, bring your kids in. And it's really a great place. I'm looking forward to going back to Green Hall sometime this summer and check out some of the talent.
Yeah, I got to take a look at their schedule and see who's coming up that would be worth going to check out.
That's really a beautiful place to go visit. If any of you folks in Texas, around San Antonio, New Braunfels, Green Hall, and Bernie with Floor's Country Store. Really nice areas. Nice things to see. A lot of history, a lot of historic buildings, and so forth.
So, what is so historic about Green Hall?
I'm sorry.
As you know. Did you hear me? I know your hearing aid just kind of squeaked in. Do you know Do you know what makes Green Hall so special and historic?
Probably the oldest dance hall in the country.
In Texas. In Texas, you are correct. The oldest dance hall in Texas. That is correct. So I'm looking at the setup for the concert. So I know there's a band that Brenda really likes, Shane Smith and the Saints. They're playing Friday and Saturday. Oh, guess what? They're both sold out. So guess what? Who we're not going to go see? Shane Smith and the Saints. So, and plus that's on the same night as Blackberry Smoke. So not happening. Who else? Lyle Lovett's going to be there at the end of the month. And,
I was listening to an ad last night, and they were saying Lyle Lovett was coming.
And 2 of the 3 shows are sold out. Pat Green, his 2 shows. He's playing 2 shows on Friday and Friday, April 8th, and they're both sold out. So,
well, you got to
get on these tickets.
Always go and well, the other thing about Green Hall, sit out in the yard, listen to the music, still have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. You don't need, if you can't get in or don't want to get around the crowds, you can go sit outside on a picnic table and at least listen. And they always have lots of cold beer.
That was one of the things. Yeah, that was one of the things I enjoyed when we saw Charlie Pride. Towards the end of the show, going outside and sitting at the table, enjoying your beer, and you can still hear the music and the crowd. There's a lot of folks out there in the yard.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And that's what makes it really neat. I think it makes it special.
It does, and like you said, making it special. That's what the impetus behind this podcast was. Remember the two old farts? Yep. Every time we would go out, take a picture, a selfie with us and the beer where we're at, and I'd always mark it, hey, the two old farts, and that's how it came to be, because just getting the ability to spend time together that we haven't had a chance to do because of my Army career and you working full time.
And that's what makes it special. You go out and have a beer and enjoy yourself, talk about old times and all the things you shouldn't have done, all the things you did do.
Hey, you got to remember, we got grandkids and great grandkids that might be listening, so we got to keep it PG, maybe even G rated. Kaylee,
I don't have to worry about that. Maybe you do.
Oh, of course I do. And my daughter, she keeps I have three daughters. Mackenzie, my youngest, she keeps threatening to listen to it. So we got to keep these stories on the DL so she doesn't get any ideas, because she's a freshman at college.
I'm sure she probably has a lot of ideas we haven't even thought of.
Oh, man. I don't even want to think about it. I don't.
I'll make that gray hair gray.
Dad, this hair has gone beyond gray. It's white. It's white. I can't complain too much. I still have it, so I'm happy about that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a funny note. My last operation, I had the VA. One of the nurses talking to Mom. We're talking about age and stuff. She said, "Well, at least it still has hair on the top. It still has chest. So don't complain." So that's a pretty good compliment.
I guess so. If you women out there like hair on man's chest. Hey, I don't know. We're just out here having fun. Hey, so it's not just concerts that you and I go out and about at. I know you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that it's been cold, but it's going to start warming up. Fingers crossed. Yes, it's March. So we got to hit the road. We got to start going to some places.
Well, we got to get out and there's a couple of places out in Bernie and some of the other places around. Some of these food places got some great food. I watched each with Elder on case out places that one of the places we got to go is out 10 going towards Seguin. D. Willie's Barbecue. Got to go check that.
Okay.
Place out.
Well, people, it wasn't going to be too long if we were talking about going out to eat. He's going to throw out some barbecue.
Yep. Then there's a few other places around. That's what I like about New Braunfels and Green Hall. There's a beautiful restaurants up there. Old restaurants. A lot of history. Great food.
Yeah, the grist mill, Mozzie's or Mosey's. We've eaten there. There was another restaurant that we went to when we saw Ronnie Millsap. I can't remember the name of that place.
Yeah.
Keep looking at myself with these old people reading glasses. When I used to make fun of you when I would hand you something and you'd be like this. And I'm like, Dad, how can you see that? Your arms are all the way out to there. You got to pull it up here.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
It got me. Today she needs her glasses so she can see.
Oh man, don't even get me started on dirty, filthy glasses. Mackenzie's glasses need cleaning half the time. Brenda's, I don't know how people see it or see out of them. So, besides going out to barbecue, what else is interesting to you? Oh, it was the River House. That's where we ate. The River House.
Yes.
Good food there. It really was.
Yes, it was. Well, we got to get out and get up in hill country. Got some nice wineries out there. And what's the still a place that we went to?
Garrison Brothers. I just pulled them up.
Brothers. We got to get back out there.
Yeah, I got to see when they're going to have like another batch of something released, and then we'll get up at butt crack early to get there by 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to wait in line.
What's nice about all of this? What's nice about all of this? We're talking about a couple hours. Go out and enjoy yourself. Go out and enjoy yourself, and a couple hours come home and had a good day. You've had a good day. It's a beautiful country here. It's a beautiful country here in Texas.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'm excited about being in Texas. I never told you Texas. I was a boy growing up, and I used to watch Brother Gene on TV. We had on a little TV. My desire was always to live in Texas.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. So, and now being able to get out, you and I going Mom and Brenda, and seeing some of these places, I would encourage anybody. To listen to us and listen to us in Texas. They're going to come to Texas. Look around. There's some great places. A lot of history.
Maybe we could get Aunt Carolyn to come out here and take a trip.
That's what we talked about last night. When she and I talked coming out and going to visit some of these places. Talked about. She's hopefully this summer she'll get a chance to get out and visit with us.
That would be nice.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a few more. You and I, We've been to Real Ale up there in Blanco.
Yes.
I think it's Blanco.
Yes.
Milam and Green, that's a distillery. I think it's also in in Blanco, I think.
One of the other places we got to get to. China's China tour up in China. Go up and do a tour up in China and see the brewery there.
Yeah, we got to. But that's a little bit of a hike. How far is that? Let me see. Shriner Brewery. Maps. I'm over here surfing the web while we're trying to do a podcast. That's real professional. Shinerbach Brewery, Shiner, Texas. It is. Oh, it's not that bad. It's only 2 hours.
Yeah. Two and a half hours. And 2.5 hours. And historic places there to go see. Some great food.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it's 100 miles even from my house.
And I like that Shinerbach beer.
Oh, I know you do. You do. And most people in Texas like Shiner, and they also like Lone Star.
Yeah, and Shiner and Union is two of my favorites. The old breweries that's been around forever. Just goes to show you. When you do it right, you can't beat it.
No, you can't. Yeah, I had some buddies when I was working for another Air Force unit. They used to make a lot of trips to the Panhandle in Florida, and they would always load up their rental cars with Yingling. Sorry, I couldn't even think of the beer. They'd load up with Yingling and drive it back, and everybody would put their orders in, and we'd be bringing back bootleg Yingling beer, kind of like Coors, eastbound and down.
Yeah, at least now we can buy it. Yeah, at least now we can buy it anywhere.
Yeah, it took a few years, but you can finally get Yingling beer in Texas.
Yeah.
The oldest brewery in America, Yingling.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got to hit Garrison Brothers again. We got to hit Milam and Green. We got a distillery. Oh, man, Treaty Oak Distillery. I've never been there. I want to go. A lot of places up in the hill country, like you said, a lot of wineries. So maybe we could plan a trip to do a distillery and a winery, and that way we could satisfy Brenda and Mom and you and me.
Yep.
So let's plan on that one of these weekends. Probably not in March because I got a lot of concerts on the weekend. Like I said, I got one on Sunday the 13th, then March 19th. A lot of stuff coming up.
And we got John Michael Montgomery coming up here pretty soon too. I think he's in June? June or July?
John Michael Montgomery. It's in May. 21st of May.
May.
21st of May.
I'm really excited about seeing him. And I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to see Jason Boland. Just doing some research on him. He's been pretty successful.
You know what, Brenda? I think she's right because she's my wife and she's more right than I am. She thinks that because I've seen him before. She thinks that you were with us when we saw him because she remembers us sitting in chairs for a concert, and the only one that I can remember that we sat in chairs for that you were there for was not Waylon, not Willie, Merle. That we think it was at the Merle Haggard concert that Jason Boland and the Stragglers opened up.
Could be.
We're pretty sure that you have seen him once before, but it was probably 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago. It's hard to remember.
Well, it could be. He has close ties with Willie Jennings' son, Shooter.
Right.
Produced an album with him. Actually made 11 weeks in the top 40.
Okay.
The Light Saw Me, that album.
Coleman County Blue is probably my favorite Jason Boland and the Stragglers album.
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned Shooter Jennings. We saw him at Sam's Burger Joint. Oh, my God. That was a long time ago, Dad.
Oh, yeah. That was quite an evening.
Yeah, it was. Man, we've been to a lot of concerts.
Well, that also just goes to show you. You don't have to go to the big fancy places to see great talent and have fun.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you just roll up your sleeves, drink a few beers, and have a good time. And that's more fun because I think as a long run, most of those entertainers kind of relax and they just put on a show just for you. They're not worried about what people think or anything like that. And they just react to the crowd. The crowd reacts to them.
And you can get a lot closer, too.
Yes.
So let me ask you, since we've been talking about work and all the stuff that we've done, because for a lot of these concerts, you were still working. So how does it feel to not be working finally? Like, no job ever.
Well,
how does it feel?
I'm not sure. There are some days I miss some of the people that I work with. But it's great to be in control of your life, that you can do what you want and get ready. And the only one I have to worry about is your mom. If she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fun part of it is, I think she really enjoys seeing us to get out. And speaking of doing that, what was the T-shirt I got for her?
Happier Alone.
Yes.
The the single from Austin Mead, Happy or Alone.
Yeah.
What?
So when I get home, why didn't you buy that? You know what? I want a shirt.
And then
Guess who's been wearing that shirt?
But when she read it and she said she saw Happy or Alone, it put a smile on her face.
Yes, it did. And it's a little thing. So that's what's, going back to your question about being retired. Those are kind of the fun things that you can do, and you get a chance to do some things. And
I can't wait. I'm already setting the date. I'm looking at like 10 years from now is 32. So probably like January 1st, 2033. That's what I'm looking at punching out.
So you're still going to get that mobile home or the travel trailer or
the RV? Yeah, we're still thinking about getting one of those, hitting the road.
That'd be pretty neat. That'd be something that I'll have to catch up go someplace.
If we get it too soon, it could end up being our home away from our home, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Get the doghouse on wheels. Oh, man. Well, you know what, old fart? We've made it past 31 minutes. And Aunt Carolyn, she said, guys, try to keep it under or right at 30 minutes. So you know what, Aunt Carolyn, this is for you. We're going to try to close it out.
Yeah, she is a great sister. I'm very blessed. And I call her every Sunday. That's what big brothers do. They call their little sisters and talk to them regardless.
Is that a dig on me for not calling my little sister?
Your little sister? Yes.
Is that what you're doing here? Is that parent guilt?
Then, but we have some great conversations. And one of your favorite cousins is all excited about us seeing Blackbird Smoke. I think he really likes that too.
Well, that would have to be Eric.
Yep.
He needs to come with Aunt Carolyn because we need to go fishing, and that boy can fish.
Well, that's what the plan is. Her and Eric and Renee come out and spend about a week with us and do some of the things we used to do and enjoy some of the old times. We get you don't know how much we go around. I guess that's the biggest thing I've learned in the last couple of years is to cherish the time we have.
Absolutely. Hey, maybe when they come down, we can go down to the coast, maybe do some deep sea fishing, me, you, and Eric. What do you say?
Yep.
All right. All right. You 20, 30, 40 people from Australia, Italy, Belgium, America, we thank you. Keep listening. Spread the word. Y'all have a good day. Hey, we got to come up with a catchphrase, Dad, when we leave. And I got to remember to start playing our outro music. So, because I got intro music, I got to start putting in the outro music.
For those people, and those people from Belgium, my wife loves you because that's where her background's from. Her background's from. That's it.
All righty.
Yeah.
Y'all take care.
We'll
see you on the other side on episode 5. Yep. See you down the road. Hey, maybe use that. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Love you. All right. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.